It's time for Pod of the Dead. Join us.
Hello and welcome back to Pod of the Dead. I am your host, Nicholas, and I am joined this week with Brian Dunn. How's it going, Brian?
Oh, it's going good, Nick. How are you?
Not too bad. Just got home from watching Bring Her Back. It's a fucking banger, so if you get a chance to go check that out in theaters, I highly, highly suggest it. So this week on the podcast, we are going to be covering the 1995 black horror comedy film Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight. So, Brian, do you have any history with this movie prior to watching it for this week?
Other than having seen reviews, no.
Okay.
This was a first time watch.
I vaguely remember seeing this at one time at my friend Tyler's house not too long after it came out. So, like, I grew up a bit on Tales from the Crypt. Shocker. And then there are two things that I remember at Tyler's house, and that was WCW Nitro and this movie. Like, those are the two things that I, like, kind of remember. Like, I remember seeing Sting and this movie.
Like, one side we have Sting, one side we have Billy Zane. Who is overacting more?
Well,
but in the best way.
Billy Zane says that this is his personal favorite film and performance. Period.
I can't imagine why. He's so fun in this movie.
Oh God, I can only imagine how much fun it was to shoot this film, to act in this movie. So like I said, I remember kind of seeing this film. I remember like the demons in it a little bit, but like the plot I completely forgot. I couldn't even remember if Billy Zane was the good guy or bad guy until it's like, oh, he's the bad guy. I was like, oh shit, okay. I couldn't remember. Okay, now we're getting the juices flowing.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I don't feel like any of that matters too much, really, for this film.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, the premise of this movie is basically, we got a demon trying to get keys to cause the end of the world, and we got one crusader guy that's saving the last key from, the end of the world. And scene. Like, it's basically like a very cut and dry, like, definitely leans on that like superhero slash like EC Comics feel. Even though this isn't an EC comic, it actually was a script for just a film, and then it got tossed around a lot, and they were just like, oh no, this I think we can make this a Tales from the Crypt movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this was like, I know, like, history-wise, this is like after season 2 or 3 of Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah, it's in between a couple seasons.
And it's like, I remember family watching Tales of the Crypt and me being a wee lad, and I would catch bits of it. And the Crypt Keeper at the time was like, still not scary. I'm like 5 or 6, and was like, he's just the goofy bitch.
Yeah, it's just like pun after pun after pun. I remember him being creepy to look at, but like not like a creepy character. Like, I think the reason that he's creepy to look at is because the animatronics and stuff in this puppet are so good.
They're so good.
Like, I could not believe it.
I can't think of the guy's name. He voiced Buster Bunny, is the voice of the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like a Billy West or someone. I legitimately drawn a blank on his name.
Let's see here. God damn it. Usually I have it right in front of me. But yeah, like,
you're not prepared.
I know, right? But yeah, this was the first of what was supposed to be a trilogy of films. So they had this, they had Bordello of
Blood.
And then there was another one that they were going to make, but then they lost funding and all this stuff. And they ended up putting out a film later down the line that's like supposed to be the third film, but it's not labeled as Tales from the Crypt or anything like that. So I always just look at it as like there's two movies. I wish that there was a third one, but there isn't realistically.
See, I had heard that this movie was really, really fun. And I've heard Bordello of Blood is not good.
Yeah,
So
it's not the best.
I've never seen anything for it. So I can't really pass judgment on it myself.
No,
This is
it's
just
it's okay, but like it's one of those things that by the time Bordello of Blood comes out, like Tales from the Crypt is basically almost non-existent anymore. Like the amount of money that
mm,
had to be spent on that show was pretty high at the time and everything. But what was really
mhm.
cool about the Tales from the Crypt series is a lot of random people got to direct episodes. Most notably, Arnold Schwarzenegger directed an episode. Like lots of random people just like got to take a shot at directing, and people would just like get on the show and be like, "Yeah, no, I'm totally down for an episode of an anthology horror show." Fuck yeah, like, and you would get just random people like in episodes. So it's pretty crazy.
Did he direct the episode? Like, 'cause I think he appears as like a special guest. Like he has a small cameo in one of the episodes of Tales of the Crypt. So I would have to assume he was the director of that one in particular. Not because he's vain, obviously.
Yeah, I will see what we got here.
Oh, and the Crypt Keeper's voice actor is John Casser.
Oh, there you go. Uh, Arnold Schwarzenegger directed the episode called The Switch,
Mhm.
directed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. William Hickey is fantastic in the role of a rich man who wants the impossible, and Kelly Pearson is extremely sexy in the top of her beauty. That's the top thing from Google. But yeah, I remembered hearing that. It's just like anybody that was in Hollywood, they would just be like, "Hey, who wants to do this?" You know.
What
So
a fun time.
yeah, like you don't I'm so old sounding. You don't get that anymore. You know, everything's got to be so cut and dry, so polished. And this movie is not polished, but it's
Mm-mm.
super, super gloopy. It's so much more like over the top than I remember. Like this should be double featured with like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, this is a splatter film that weirdly only has a bit of blood, but there are just silly, like gruesome gore things, like a dude getting his head punched through, and it's just flaps of what look like flank steak just flying out the back of his head.
So shocking when that happened because up until that point, like nothing's really happening. It's just like, okay, we got a stranger from out of town, played by William Sadler, who was on an episode of the television show, and
Makes sense.
and yeah, like Billy Zane's chasing him down, but like in a weird kind of like maybe he's the devil, maybe he's not, maybe he's actually like maybe he is the demon knight, maybe he's hunting William Sadler. Like that was the thing that I had at first, and then he
Yeah,
punches the cop in the face through the face. I was like, oh, okay, he's the bad guy.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know about this Billy
I
Zane
like the
character.
cut of his jib.
Rumor
He's
has
very
it
funny. He hates his cowboy clothes.
Yeah, rumor has it the producers of Titanic saw his role in this, and that's how they picked him to be the villain in Titanic. Not the real villain, the iceberg, but the other villain.
How do you know that he didn't voice some lines that were never used for that iceberg?
I know, right?
What a
So,
better film.
so Ernest Dickerson was the director for this movie, and he this is like one of the only horror films that I'm aware of that he has done. He did a lot of like oh, what's the fucking word? Did like a decent amount of television, but like he did the movie Juice with Tupac and Bones, which is a vampire movie starring Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, yeah. No, I know Snoop Dogg is a big fan of that film because his girlfriend or lover in that movie got to is a older scream queen that he grew up watching,
Oh, okay. Yeah, he also
and he was like,
directed. He did Bulletproof with Damon Wayans and Adam Sandler. Like just all over the place.
This is such an eclectic set of films, which is like he has like a really distinct like visual style in this film, which I really really like.
Yeah, it like that's where I was saying like it could be double build with like Evil Dead because it definitely has like a Sam Raimi feel to it at times with like the spinning of the camera and like pulling into stuff. But that's also
Hmm.
kind of indicative to like a lot of the stuff that would happen on Tales from the Crypt. It's that just kind of zany, for lack of a better term, like oh my god, they did it in
Yeah,
Creep Show like and everything. So
like the quick zoom and changing the angle of the camera
the
and all
the
these like uncomfortable close-ups.
the insane lighting in this movie. There's so many scenes that are just washed out in like
Hmm.
blues and reds, which kind of gives it, maybe it's an Italian giallo film because they do that, but realistically, it's
He's
kind of mimicking the like what EC comics would kind of look like, where it's just like, oh, it's shocking, cover it in red, cover it in this, and it was pretty cool.
yeah, it can't be Giallo. He's not wearing gloves.
Oh, that's true. Damn it to hell. I did
Billy Zane, how could you break my heart like this?
No, Billy Zane was wearing a duster and throwing glow stick fluid everywhere and bringing gremlin zombies from hell up. That like I absolutely adore how like this is so much. This is a love letter, a mid '90s love letter to practical effects. There's
Oh yeah.
some CG here and there, but like it is so over the top in its fucking, arms getting ripped off, fucking uh people getting transformed into like zombie monster creatures eating people.
Hmm.
Uh it's so fucking cool. Like and
Oh,
then I didn't even know until watching this that fucking Dick Miller, Uncle Willie, the dude from Gremlins,
let's go.
he just shows up. I'm like,
He's
oh
uh
hey.
he's also in Chopping Mall
Oh, is he?
as the janitor. Yeah.
Nice.
Uh good old Uncle Willie.
Yep,
Here, this'll wet your whistle.
he's the pawn shop clerk in Terminator. He's the garbage man in the Burbs. He's in Piranha. Like this dude's got like crazy credits. He passed away in 2019, so we're gonna pour one out for Uncle Willie. But
Hmm.
yeah, fucking, I saw him and I was like, oh, here we go. And then he gets all the titties in this movie.
He does. That man, like, if you are a traditional man, he is got the best ending of anyone.
Absolutely. It's basically like The Shining, but with like 10,000% more boobs. And he said that they had to reshoot that scene like six or so times because he kept just staring at the women. So, I
Hell yeah, brother.
like, and let's not forget, this movie is set up in a really interesting way too, because you're on set with the Crypt Keeper shooting a movie to start off with that kind of has like a creep show vibe to it where it's like she kills the husband and then the husband comes back from the dead again, starting the movie off like HBO does. Let's just put boobs in the first fucking 5 seconds of this movie.
This is. I wonder if this is really kind of that era where this became like the trope. Like I understand it was in a lot of like '80s horror films that
Yeah,
boobs needed to be in the film to sell it for some reason, but I feel like I don't know if it's already a trope at this point or it becomes kind of like here, let's wink at the camera. There you go, kind
yeah,
of thing
like
at this point.
that's what I was saying about HBO, because like there were so many episodes of like Game of Thrones or whatever that it was like first scene sex, sex, and then it's never touched on the rest of the episode. So it's almost like there you got it. Now let's actually tell the story. And it's kind of how it felt with this. It's like, and she's topless. Okay,
Yeah.
and now we got this movie. And then the other time that it happens, it actually kind of makes sense because it's Uncle Willie and it's all these like beautiful topless women. And he's just like, oh my God, I'll do anything. And at that time, Billy Zane, I swear to God, is Hunter S. Thompson from like Fear and
Oh,
Loathing in Las Vegas.
yes. Yeah, he's got the glasses. He has the fucking cigarette on the stick.
I was like,
He
holy
has
shit.
to be. There's no one who will ever convince me otherwise. Like, no. These were all coincidental choices.
Yeah, no, that's all on purpose. So
Um,
I'm usually a diehard person that hates Jada Pinkett Smith. Like
Same.
I don't care for her. I thought she did an all right job in this movie.
She was not putting out her normal fish moony like
Yeah,
performance.
because I usually say my favorite thing in any Scream movie is the opening of Scream 2 because they kill Jada Pinkett Smith about as quickly as they can. But
Uh,
she wasn't their initial idea for casting. They were originally they wanted Cameron Diaz, which I would have hated that because I don't like Cameron Diaz.
you know, I don't know what to say about Cameron Diaz. She's okay,
Yeah, she's very
but like
milk toast.
I think she's great in The Mask, and that's about it.
All right,
And she doesn't do a whole lot in The Mask except look
just beautiful.
stunning.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
be beautiful. Cameron, stand there and be beautiful.
and if you get paid for that, bravo. I'm never getting paid for that. So
Yeah.
congratulations. You found a way to beat the system.
You won. Congratulations. Yeah, so this script first turned up like in its circulation and stuff on the desk of Tom Holland. So that name may ring a couple bells because
Not the modern bells.
no, but that's who directed the first Child's Play movie was Tom Holland.
That's right.
But
I love Child's Play.
He was supposed to direct this initially. He dropped it though and decided to make a movie called Fatal Beauty. It later turned up with Mark Carducci, who passed it on to Mary Lambert. After that, the script ended up at Full Moon Entertainment, the creators of this is like all your stuff. You got the
It
Puppet Master
absolutely is.
but
Let's go. Is there a blade hidden in the fucking movie that I haven't seen?
But it was then dropped from the roster due to budgetary constraints, and it ended up finding its way onto the desk of Joel Silver, who greenlit the film as a Tales from the Crypt movie. So it's one of those things that just kind of floated through. It was almost like made by the guys who do Chucky, made by the guys who do Puppet Master. Hell, it might have shown up at Brian's fucking house for all we know.
Oh man, I'm almost I will say I'm happy Full Moon Entertainment did not do this film because it would not look the way it does right now.
So like this movie got a decent budget. What do you think it was made for? Now, mind you, 1995, right? And 1995 for horror is when you get like Lord of Illusion, The Prophecy, Village of the Damned, Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Species, The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
Yeah. This is not a good time for horror.
No. Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh, Castle Freak, that one slaps. Leprechaun 3.
Would it be surprising to say I've seen 0 of these films?
Oh man, I've seen a lot of these films. I may have been extremely high. Tales from the Hood came out this year as well.
Okay, but I've seen Tales from the Hood. I saw that at probably way too young of an age.
That's the proper age to see it then.
Yeah, I probably my cousins I would stay at their place. I probably saw that movie at like 6 or 7.
Oh hell yeah. Nice.
And the little doll people, messed with me for a long time. But
yeah.
I'm gonna say this movie was probably $6 million.
Double that. $12 million. Like,
had to pay so much for the cameo from the lightning from Frankenhooker.
Well, I'm wondering realistically in a way, like the money had to have just went into special effects. Because at this time, Billy Zane's not whatever Billy Zane becomes, the Phantom.
Yeah, no one is at all like a billing star at this point in this film.
So
Uncle Willie is our high bar here.
I know, right? Like if you really look at it, like that is your guy. And he's like a bit character, like for the most part. He's not your lead, all that. So
I will spoil this. I did not recast this film.
Oh, neither did I, because it's one of those things like I would just like to see a sequel made. Because like they could just like it doesn't have to be Jada Pinkett Smith. She could have
No.
fought and then passed it on, because that's the whole thing, is that you just keep this and then one night you'll fight and you'll pass it on to a chosen one and stuff. But
You need Billy Zane back though. Like without him, this film is a nothing burger.
I don't know, man. There's got to be somebody out there. I mean, if you really think about it, nowadays, this is ridiculous. Nowadays, what would happen is like Warner Brothers, you know, because they own HBO and all that jazz. They would be like, all right, we're going to make Demon Knight 2, and we're going to just throw a lot of money at it. So Billy Zane's character is going to be Jack Black.
Chris Pratt? Oh,
I was gonna say Chris Pratt is the fucking chosen one. That was my other choice.
We have two people on speed dial.
Yep.
I'm just gonna blindly pick the button.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Do we get the guy that does the same thing all the time, or the guy that does the same thing all the time? I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna throw shade. Do we get the guy who treats his ex-wife like dog shit, or the guy who betrayed his best friend?
Oh. So, I don't know if you noticed this at all, like watching the movie and stuff, but this has like a pretty legit soundtrack. It was released in January on Atlantic Records, and it consists of like heavy metal, alternative rock, some hip hop, on there, like the Gravediggers. Their song 1-800-Suicide is on here, and that's another group by the RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan that he did. You also have songs by Pantera, by the Melvins, fucking Rollins Band, like all sorts of shit. It actually did pretty well when it came out. It's got like 3 out of 5 stars from AllMusic, so you know, if you're looking for something to mix up your evening and stuff, the Demon Knight soundtrack's there for you.
Yeah. I turned this on and Hey Man, Nice Shots playing. I'm like,
Filter.
Oh, let's go.
Filter right off the rip. I was like, it's so fitting. Like it kicks on, you're like, I know what kind of movie I'm in for.
Yeah, this is just like last week. This is a film that's like, you're gonna watch this with a group of friends and they're gonna be like, oh, I fucking know this song.
Yes.
Let's go.
I love that shit. Like it's just, it doesn't work for every film, but like, you know, needle drop in a movie sometimes can just work so well. There are certain ones that, like, you know, Reservoir Dogs, right? Like it's super iconic for its needle drop during the ear scene and everything. But this one works. It's just like, and we got some cars chasing down the road. Hey Man, Nice Shot by Filter kicks on. All right, got my popcorn. I got my fucking whatever. Here we go.
I gotta finish this popcorn real quick because this movie is, as you say, it's in and out. Like, we're here for an hour and a half, and it's an enjoyable hour and a half. And it's not one of those ones where I'm like, man, I wish there was more. No, this is perfect.
It ends right when it should have ended. It starts off a little slow. Like, I mean, whatever, realistically, because it's only like the first 10 minutes, but it does a really good job of like setting up our characters in a way. You know, like what's his name? It's not Riker. Fucking
it's right. I think it is Riker.
Breaker.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It had to be. So it had to be more like a gladiator name.
Breaker gets to the hostel. I don't know, the hotel, whatever it is. That has one prostitute.
It is a former church that they have turned into a hotel, and that prostitute has my favorite fucking line of this film,
and that is
Jada Pinkett Smith yelling at her about stains on her sheets, and she's like, goddamn guacamole.
My favorite was when she's trying to hit up on Breaker, and the owner of the hotel is like, didn't I tell you get that pussy off my table? She like gets off the table. She's like, I meant the cat. Like it does that tongue-in-cheek, punny kind of comedy really well. Fucking Billy Zane, it's fucking he acted his ass off in this film.
I don't know if he did. I think he just was like, I'm here to have fun. I don't give a shit about the payday.
Well, I know, but like what I'm saying though is like he's so captivating. Like anytime he's on the screen, your eyes are just locked onto him. And I was telling Steph after watching this, I was like, this is a fucking blast. It's basically a demon movie, you know, and all this, but like you could easily just take vampires and slap it on this, and it has the same vibe because he's always doing this "let me in" stuff. I loved it.
Yeah, it has no baggage from like any religious like iconography other than you see the crucifixion.
Yeah, it starts off with the blood of Christ, and it ends with the blood of William Sadler.
Yeah, yeah, but like for Billy Zane's character, it has like he is here, he is a bad guy. Go.
Yeah.
There's he has nothing that holds him down. Um, what was your favorite Billy Zane moment? Because there's a lot of them in this film.
God, I really like when he's like throwing his fit outside when they first kick him out, and he's like ripping off his clothes. And he's like fucking like, I'm a fucking cowboy, like kicking shit around and everything. I thought that was fucking hilarious. And then also his death scene is really cool because it's kind of like a blink and you'll miss it when he's a fucking huge winged demon.
I
like,
wish I
"Holy
could
shit."
I wish I could see like a better picture of that demon somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to go for the it's an understated moment maybe. Him just rolling out the fucking sponge from his mouth.
Which he brought up. That was his idea. It's like, hey, I got an idea,
so
guys.
Funny. It's so funny.
So like one of his big inspirations, and you can kind of see it when you hear it, for the character was Robin Williams' depiction of the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah, just that like larger than life, like, hey, come on now, come on, all right. Like just kind of has that feel.
Yeah.
Lest we forget the kid Wally, right? Little shitty kid Wally. When he fucking turns into that fucking freak beast up in the attic and like kills Breaker. Like I said, I remember having seen this. I believe I saw this. I'm pretty sure I did not fucking remember this. And I was like, this is straight up like it looks like a necromorph from fucking Dead Space.
I hadn't put that one together. I love watching that thing die because it dies in the best way possible. It gets drop kicked through a window off of like the highest floor of a building.
Goddamn right.
And he just splats.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's so good. Yeah, fucking oh man. I don't even know what like there's a lot to say about this movie. And if you haven't seen it, like I watched it on Blu-ray. You said you got it like it was a paywall that you had to rent it?
Yeah, I rented it on YouTube because there's a paywall of being a subscriber to Starz' streaming site. And
Okay.
no, I'm good.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think it's 100% worth the rent. If honestly, like if you haven't seen this movie, but you know what Tales from the Crypt is, just buy this fucking movie. I think I got the Blu-ray copy on Amazon for like $11. And I am going to drag this movie out and show the kids, like when Wesley gets here, yeah, there's a lot of tits. We have discussions about this stuff. This movie is going to make him roll laughing. It's so fucking ridiculous. Holy shit. We haven't even mentioned the fact that Roach is played by Thomas Hayden Church and is so fucking ridiculous. Lowell from Wings.
Every time I've seen him, because like I've only seen him in a couple of films, he's just the shittiest person.
Always.
But he looks just like the shittiest person possible.
It's that voice. It's how he talks. It's always like this. And he's wearing a fucking mesh shirt.
He's like skeezy. Evil Frasier.
Yeah, he's just so skeezy and like, but he looks too old. He looks like he was born old.
Yeah, he's got it's not, is it Liam Neeson? Yes, it's Liam Neeson, who was born with white hair and wrinkles.
Yeah, just fucking like, there's just something about his facial structure and everything. So like in this movie, he's supposed to be like, you know, and he might very well have been in his mid-20s or whatever, but the motherfucker looks like he's 40 with a mortgage, just like cosplaying.
Yeah.
And then we get to see him fucking, you know, having a little battery attached to his nipples and all that. I fucking died laughing at that.
What did you think about the crazy postman? after you find that
Oh
out.
my God. And that's during the time that shit was happening. So yeah, you've got this like lovesick guy that's just like in love with the prostitute and everything. And he's like talking about how he got fired from his job because I didn't get rid of the mail. It just up and disappeared. And yeah, later down the line, I think he's already dead at this time.
He is.
They find all the mail up in the attic, and then a fucking crate of like fucking automatic weapons and grenades. It's like he literally was going to go postal.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The reason I didn't try to recast this group is I can't imagine recasting like most of these people because they're bit players, but they're done so well that I'm like, I would just recast them.
Yeah, the two big ones are Billy Zane and William Sadler, like straight up. I like I said, like you could recast them as, you know, whatever your taste is at this moment, right? But like William Sadler does a really good job
He's fine.
being the straight man and everything. Like, no, listen to me. If it were someone like with a more serious thing, it kind of pulls from like the comedic tone. And then if you get someone that's too slapstick comedy, you're pulling away from the horror tone. So it's like this perfect like peanut butter and the chocolate moment of just like, this just kind of works. Don't fuck with the recipe. It just works. Like nobody in this movie, in my opinion, sucks. And I don't even like Jada Pinkett Smith in most things, but I will ride for her on this. I'll be like, she's that young fucking like asshole kid that's just like, nah, fuck this. But then you find out she's basically here as a halfway home. Like otherwise she'd be in jail, and she's just got this like kind of sordid past. But you don't know much about it. You just know enough of there. And yeah, it works.
Yeah, and as I said, Uncle Willie is played to absolutely perfection for that character. The lady who owns the hotel, hysterical.
CCH Pounder playing Irene. She's great in that too.
Yeah. The lady who plays the hooker, and I can't think of her name, also plays the role like as best as you could for what it is.
Cordelia.
Cordelia. Roach is perfect.
Roach is like that. It's crazy. even the shitty ass sheriff and officer fucking play their parts so well. And like the fact that like they're so fucking annoying, but like they're not long for this earth. Especially Sheriff Tupper, who just fucking gets his fucking face punched out.
Yeah. But other than that, like he seems like he's trying to be on the up and up. Like.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Yeah, it's a small town that has a brothel. Like that's all we got here. And we got a gas station and a brothel. That's all that we need here. And we got some tunnels under the city, or the town rather, that kind of gives you like some Descent vibes at a point when they're like getting chased by the demons.
You haven't done the Descent yet on the show, have you?
No, we haven't.
Ooh.
Do we need to cover the Descent?
Dude, have you ever seen the Descent?
Oh, absolutely, I've seen the Descent.
Okay,
it's made by the same guy. Did you ever watch? We did it for the an episode on it. Did you ever watch Dog Soldiers?
I have not.
Okay, made by the same guy. It's basically the same idea where like one is werewolves hunting down British military, and then the Descent is underground fucking cave monster people hunting down spelunkers.
Hell yeah, that movie is basically My Best Friend's an Asshole.
I thought you were gonna say this movie is my best friend.
Yeah, man, I just vibe really well with cave dwellers.
Yeah,
as you can see, I'm trying to grow it out like that.
I got it like that. But yeah, like I always think of the 90s as kind of being like a shitty era for horror films. Personally, like there's some that are good here and there, but they go more on the thriller side, you know. Like Seven came out this year. I love Seven, but like you could argue that it's not a horror film, right? Like there's a lot of that kind of stuff. And to see this came out at that time, it's like, man, I wish there was more stuff in the 90s that like got the love, like instead of it just being, you know, fucking, I don't know, Leprechaun 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy.
Whoa, classic film. How dare you?
Same year, man. You can watch it on Pluto TV right now, hour and 42 minutes.
Oh man, but did they have Pluto Nash with Eddie
Oh
Murphy?
shit.
That is a true horror film.
The horror
Uh,
film are the films that we watched along the way.
yeah. Uh, yeah, no, I don't know what it is about the 90s. Like, there's a lot of television and movies that everyone holds really dear from this era. And horror, I don't know, it didn't really start back up until like the aughts, but we have a lot of, as you said, sequel baits and
Yep.
things like that. And maybe it's just an era of the deep cuts are the best things that came out.
I always kind of look at it like the best stuff that like comes to mind is like early 90s because it's holdovers from the 80s. And then most of the stuff in the 90s, like everyone wanted to start leaning into CG more. And if you weren't Steven Spielberg, it wasn't going to fucking work too well for you at that time. And then horror, in a way, gets ruined with the release of Scream. Love Scream. But everyone wanted to be Scream after that. And
Yeah.
that kind of, I don't want to say, I mean, I just did, but it kind of ruined like the movie theater horror stuff. Like everyone just needed to be urban legends or I know what you did last summer or whatever. And it, like,
It homogenized the genre down into this thing. This is all it can be.
yeah. So like you didn't start getting like more outside the box horror until like you started getting the quote unquote torture porn stuff, your Rob Zombie and Eli Roth and stuff like that. The Dawn of the Dead remake by Zack Snyder, fucking 28 Days Later. So like there's like this weird thing where this movie is that it should be talked about as like, you know, in the mid 90s before fucking I saw that too.
Yeah.
In the mid 90s before Scream, what was there other than like the early 90s stuff? It's like, oh, fucking Demon Knight. Like people should just be saying like Demon Knight, man. But you don't hear
Demon
that.
Knight is the horror movie the 90s deserves.
Exactly. Like that that's what blows my mind is like this feels like, I mean, it's shot like a 90s film, but it just feels like a love letter to 80s horror, like just splattery and everything. And the fact that this got, you know, a wide release on its $12 million budget, it made $21 million. It almost doubled its budget. It obviously did well enough to come out and get a sequel. I want more Demon Knight, man.
Yeah. As I said, I don't want more of this Demon Knight film. I want this to be a trilogy of just silly shit.
Like the biggest problem is that the Tales from the Crypt, there's a reason like it's not on Max and stuff like that, the television series, because there's a lot of like rights issues with like who owns this and who owns that and everything. Like the only way you can really watch it is like illegal like bits of it, and then there's like an old DVD copy like of the entire series that you can get online for, it's not crazy price, but they're like there's no Blu-ray release of this, there's no streaming service that has it. And I wish that HBO, granted they're getting rid of all of like Warner Brothers is fucking everything up. Like, they got rid of Looney Tunes off of Max and all this shit. So they're obviously not worried about bringing Tales from the Crypt. But in a perfect world, a streaming service gets the Tales from the Crypt series. It does well. You get another Tales from the Crypt movie. That's what needs to happen.
This, I think, is prime for like Warner Brothers is willing to sell just anything for any money. So sell it to like a Shudder or sell it to a Netflix.
Yeah. Well,
something.
No, not Netflix. Please God, no, not Netflix. They'll put Chris Pratt in it. Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt will be in it.
Okay. We won't sell it to Netflix.
Tales from the Crypt, or it'd be Stranger Things presents Tales from the Crypt.
Listen, they just saved Sesame Street, so I'm going to give them some credit.
I'll give them that. And I like Stranger Things, but
yeah.
So,
but no, I get the oversaturation of certain actors.
I would really like though for somebody, God damn, like that's what'll bring this world together, right? Some more Tales from the Crypt, God damn it.
The return of Tales from the Crypt.
Well, I mean,
yes.
The Creep Show television series that was on Shudder and all that, like it did really well. Like it had like 3 or 4 seasons, and that was ran by the dude that did fucking The Walking Dead. Like, come on. There's people that want this.
There is definitely a crowd for this. And I hope it wouldn't go like I had never saw the Creep Show TV series, but I feel like a lot of those were a little bit more serious than like what this would be if it came back.
Depending
I
on
don't
the
want
episode.
that.
Depending on the episode. Certain episodes were really like over the top, like basically like SS werewolves, like that whole kind of like World War II werewolves, like, oh my god, kind of stuff.
They were that Rob Zombie trailer.
Yeah, basically. And then other stuff was like very was it Black Mirror? Like very like kind of that. And Black Mirror, I can't watch Black Mirror. That triggers all the anxiety in me.
What are you talking about? It's fiction, right?
That's what my brain makes up its own fiction, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking love this movie. This is going like on my Mount Rushmore of 90s horror films at this very given moment. Like the ones that come to mind is like Scream, fucking slaps. This, Jacob's Ladder fucking blows my fucking mind. It's so goddamn good. But that, again, that's like 1990. So that mid 90s, I need to find some good mid 90s horror.
I'll say, I've heard good things about Wishmaster. Never seen it.
I've watched it. It's 90s as fuck.
I know Kane Hodder's in it and dies.
Yeah. Candyman came out in 92. Dead Alive came out in like 91, something.
Perfect film. Perfect film. I
don't
even care how slow that beginning is.
But like this is late 90s. Event Horizon was like 97. You know, like that one fucking rips. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Tremors is 1990.
There you go. From Dusk Till Dawn, 96.
Another fun film.
Yeah. There are good ones. I just forget about them because I always think of this shit, The Faculty, or The Sixth Sense. It's a good movie. I'm not saying that it's a bad movie, but like that, Silence of the Lambs, Sixth Sense, Seven. That's what I think of for 90s horror, and I'm like, nah, man. Tales from the motherfucking Crypt.
Do you know what falls in 99? Sleepy Hollow, and that film is not talked about enough.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow is fucking dope. Like
Idle Hands is also at this time.
I just watched that a month ago.
It's awesome.
It's still like, and that's one that people just forget about. Like, it's so fucking funny. It's that like pothead fucking. It's almost like what's that fucking movie? Can't Hardly Wait with like zombies.
Yeah. And I know that Idle Hands is currently in like pre-production or production of getting a remake.
Okay. I'm not one to like hate on remakes. Like I'm always interested to see what someone else would do.
It's Finn Wolfhard, the kid who is in Stranger Things, is directing it.
Okay. You just took the wind out of my sails.
I know I did. That was such an exasperated. Fuck.
Son of a bitch. And I've not seen. He just did a movie. He co-directed it. It's like called like Hell of a Summer. I haven't got to see it yet, but I heard it's just kind of like a cut and dry, like run of the mill horror comedy slasher. So I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah. I mean,
in Idle Hands, I mean, there are certain people that I would want to cover, like remake that movie. And it's not even people that I necessarily like, but I know would do a good job, like Seth Rogen. Doing Idle Hands would be like prime.
I would actually, he's in the film too. Seth Green, I think, would have fun with that because he understands the film. Because again, another guy who just looks like he's having fun. But we should probably get back on topic.
No, Danny McBride, Idle Hands, did it. There it is. Done. Danny McBride.
Okay.
There it is. But yeah.
We have solved all the issues in the world. Bring back Tales of the Crypts and give Danny McBride Idle Hands.
There we go. That's all you need to watch Tales from the Crypt. Fucking watch The Righteous Gemstones. That's all you need in life.
It'd be a perfect world.
It would be. We'd all be a lot happier. So
yeah.
But you got anything else you want to talk about for for Tales from the Crypt?
I
Or
really
Demon
can't.
Knight, rather?
Like, this is the problem I have with films like this. Like, I can say a lot of stuff that I love about it, but then I'm just repeating myself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I would
and
love to drag it out more, but I
it's
just
not
can't.
it's not a film that like has a lot of depth or anything. It's like realistically, it's do you like tongue-in-cheek comedy with puns and like just it's almost like fart jokey, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. Do you like practical effects? Then this movie is for you. End of discussion. Like that's why I love this movie. Like I can't believe I hadn't watched this more or that I hadn't had it brought to my attention more. Like that's what I'm talking about. This is me repeating myself. No one fucking talks about this movie.
No, no. And I can give it the same compliment I gave last week's film, is that there is nothing else like this.
No.
Like
the closest thing would be Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, and that's a stretch at best.
Yeah, but like it's that's it. Like if you like Evil Dead 2, check this out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, that's about all I got to say about this movie too. So, I think we covered it. I think we covered Demon Knight. So,
banger after banger.
So you're gonna have to come back next week and find out what we're gonna cover then. But until then, for Pod of the Dead, I am Nicholas.
I'm Brian.
Come back and listen to us or else.
Hell yeah.